Everybody is ablaze right now. Everybody's wondering what is really going on with Angel Reese. Has she just flat out quit again? Has she quit on the Chicago Sky? Angel, you gotta be, hold on, you have to have some level of self-awareness here.
Buckle up, WNBA fans, because the drama surrounding Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky is hotter than a courtside seat in July. The buzz is electric and everyone's asking, has Angel Reese pulled the plug on her season again? Is she dodging the spotlight or is something else cooking? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here breaking records and stealing hearts, even with a legit injury. So grab your popcorn. Let's dive into the juiciest storyline in the WNBA right now.
I think Angel Reese, and I'm say this with my chest out, I think she's quit on the Chicago Sky. She's been claiming a back injury basically since the All-Star break. And there's no details. Every day we hear that Angel Reese is day to day. And every week there's no update on what she's struggling with, what she's doing. There's nothing. There's no information about Angel Reese. I think she's quit on this season. I think this is a worse version than Kawhi Leonard.
Angel Reese is back in the headlines, but not for dropping double-doubles. She's been MIA since July 29, 2025, with a mysterious back injury that's got fans and analysts raising eyebrows. Listed as day-to-day, there's zero tea on when she'll return. No updates, no recovery timeline, nada. This isn't her first vanishing act either.
Hey, look, bro, you gotta remember, she quit in Unrivaled. She just stopped playing in Unrivaled. Said she was hurt, didn't show up for the championship game, didn't even show up and watch. Last season, she claimed her wrist was messed up, didn't finish playing in none of the games. Now, this year, she's saying this season, it's her back. It looked like she's not finishing playing in none of the games. The Sky needs you. The Chicago Sky, you guys are the gum on the bottom of the shoe of the league. They need Angel Reese to play in games. Angel, where you at? Where are you at, Angel? This is nuts.
Last year, a wrist injury conveniently ended her season early, and now the Sky are stuck at a dismal 8-23, scraping the bottom of the league. Coincidence? Or is Reese pulling a Houdini when the going gets tough? The X-sphere is ablaze with theories. Some, like sports commentator Jason Whitlock, are calling it quits, straight up saying Reese is bailing on a sinking Chicago ship.
Angel Reese! She might have tapped out, y'all. Angel Reese may have tapped out and quit on the Chicago Sky. Everybody is speculating, what is this back injury? What's going on? Hey, are you trying to pretend like you hurt because Caitlin Clark really is hurt? Wait, what's going on? What's going on, man?
They point to her no-show at the Sky's recent blowout loss to the Indiana Fever in Indianapolis, a game she skipped despite being all smiles at the All-Star game in the same city weeks earlier.
I think she's using her back as an excuse to sit out because she doesn't really care about basketball. I think she looks over at Caitlin Clark and says, hey, Caitlin Clark is out with a legitimate injury. I proved my point before the All-Star game when I went on a 10-game run trying to justify being on the All-Star team. When that first ballot came out, when the first voting results came out about the All-Star game and I was 13th, holy cow, Angel Reese panicked, started playing hard, tried to put up some stats to justify being on the All-Star team, did that, and now she said, hey, the Chicago Sky sucked this year, peace out.
Talk about selective travel plans. Whitlock even compared her to NBA's infamous load manager Kawhi Leonard, suggesting Reese's back injury is more about dodging L's than healing up.
She identified once they lost Vandersloot, their point guard early in the year, and once they started getting their brains beat in, hey, we're not gonna win anything this year. I'm not putting these L's on my resume. I'm going to have an excuse for the Chicago Sky potentially coming in with the worst or second worst record in the WNBA. These losses will not be on my resume.
Now, let's flip the court to Caitlin Clark, who's serving leadership goals while battling a groin injury. Even sidelined, Clark's in the arena, hyping her Indiana Fever squad, breaking down plays, and vibing with fans. Her injury?
Last year with the Chicago Sky, you quit. You quit. You threw in the towel. Once you realized you never stood a chance, to be honest, with Caitlin Clark for that Rookie of the Year. But once you realize your double streak was over, and it was over. She took over post-Olympic break. Once you realize it was done, you threw in the towel, said your wrist was hurting for the rest of the year. You threw in the towel and said your wrist was hurting for the rest of the year and didn't play again. This past the inaugural season of Unrivaled, you didn't even finish that season. You didn't even show up for the championship. No, not only did you not play, you didn't even show up to the game at all. People noticing a pattern with you. That's 2 seasons in a row.
Crystal clear, tweaked in a game, re-aggravated with a late August comeback in sight. Clark's numbers are fire, 16. 5 points, nearly 9 assists per game, leading the league in dimes. And when she's on the floor, it's magic. Her passes spark wins, not just stats. The Fever are thriving, folks. They've smoked the Sky 4-0 this season, including a 92-70 thrashing, where Lexi Hull dropped 17 points and a plus 22 rating.
I mean, I'm proud of this group. I think we've shown all season long, like, they're resilient, they're connected, they pull for each other, they enjoy one another, they celebrate one another, and, that stuff alone is good for 10 to 12 points a game. And, for this group, the way that they share the ball, how unselfish they are. I mean, I'm really proud of them. It's not been ideal circumstances all season long, but they've shown the character of who they are. They've been resilient. They've responded to adversity, and they continue to elevate one another. And, I couldn't be more proud of this group than I am at this moment.
Aaliyah Boston's locking down the paint, Kelsey Mitchell's draining buckets, and Sophie Cunningham's bringing that gritty edge. Indiana's got a squad that's clicking like a highlight reel, and Clark's the maestro conducting it all. Even without her, the Fever's depth shone through, leaving Chicago in the dust.
What is the back injury? Everybody's questioning it now, and this will be a 3rd straight season where Angel Reese did not finish playing in games, where she just stopped. Some of these injuries, we saw the injuries. We didn't see what happened. What happened? This is bad.
But here's where it gets spicy. The Sky play better without Reese. Yep, you heard that right. When she's out, the ball zips around, the pace picks up, and the offense flows like a fast break. No more forcing post-ups or crashing boards out of position. The stats don't lie. Chicago's had cleaner sets and fewer sloppy losses when Reese sits. It's giving addition by subtraction, and that's a tough look for a player hyped as the Sky's cornerstone. Rewind to last season and the plot thickens. Reese bailed on the Unrivaled League's championship game, citing her wrist injury, and didn't even show up to cheer. Now, with the Sky spiraling, her back injury feels like deja vu. Fans are side-eyeing her all-star stunt. Remember when she took over Clark's trap for the cameras? She was healthy enough for clout, but not for a must-win rivalry game. The optics are screaming louder than a sold-out crowd. On the flip side, Reese's camp insists she's legit hurt. Her stat line, 14.2 points, 12.6 rebounds, 3. 7 assists, proves she's a beast when she's on. The Sky's woes aren't all on her. Losing Courtney Vandersloot early tanked their season. Coach Tyler Marsh swears Reese is itching to play, but the radio silence on her injury is fueling the doubters. Is she protecting her brand, avoiding a rough stretch, or genuinely rehabbing? The mystery's got everyone hooked. Now, let's talk legacy. Clark's out here building a dynasty, talking multiple championships with a roster that's got Boston, Mitchell, and veterans like Natasha Howard ready to roll. Indiana's front office is playing chess, stacking pieces for deep playoff runs. Chicago? They're stuck in checkers mode, juggling chaos and a star who's as often in street clothes as a jersey. The Fever's ratings soar when Clark plays. Reese's absences barely make a ripple outside Chicago. With 13 games left, the Sky face a dilemma. Keep Reese on ice for her health or push her back to salvage pride in a lost season. No first-round pick in 2026 means tanking's pointless, so what's the move? Meanwhile, Clark's Fever are marching toward the playoffs, drama-free, with a leader who shows up, injured or not. So what's the real deal with Angel Reese? Is this a PR stunt to dodge the heat, or is her back legit keeping her out? Drop "Fire the Baby Giraffe" in the comments if you think she's faking it, or sound off with your take. The WNBA is serving drama, and we're here for every second. Like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss the next chapter in this wild saga. Who's running the court, Reese's brand or Clark's grind? You tell us.
I think it just says a lot about who we have as human beings. That was one of the things that we made a priority in the off season of, who we bring into this organization. Number one, quality human beings, selfless human beings, that want to pull for one another, that understand. We have this depth for a reason, and sometimes it creates challenges getting people on the floor. But in situations like this is why you have it. And I'm just, she's right. I mean, as a pro and as a pro coach, this is one of the most connected groups I've seen.